Okay, so basically, you're going to have 2 months of a little bit of misery as far as eating goes, especially if you're like me and you like to have pasta and rice and potatoes. You can't eat any of that stuff. Nothing that is a starch. You can only eat meat and vegetables. Meat and vegetables. You cannot use anything that can be considered a carbohydrate. No biscuits, no crackers. None of the good crunchy munchy stuff. That's the other thing, you look for something crunchy. I found that you get kind of creative and you take some vegetables that you like. You can't even eat potato chips, but I tried a few times. I was pretty desperate, and I took some ginger, which you can eat ginger, and I made it into very thin slices and fried it up like little potato chips. But ginger's spicy. It's really good for you though. But I just wanted to let you know that there are a few things now that you could use for sweetness to add to like your tea or stuff like that. And that would be your herb teas. And that would be stevia. Stevia is a sweetener. But also, even better than that, is something called xylitol. Xylitol is spelled Xylitol. Xylitol. And xylitol is a sweetener, and it actually has, it's proven to have antifungal qualities, and it inhibits Candida yeast. So xylitol is pretty good for sweetening things. And you can get xylitol at the at a health food store. It's not that expensive. It's a little bit expensive, but you should be able to afford it. So at least there you do have something that kind of tastes sweet. The problem with xylitol is you can't use too much of it in a day. If you use too much, it'll give you the runs. It'll give you diarrhea, and it'll mess up your stomach. So you can just have that one little sweet cup of tea, and then that's it for the whole day, pretty much. You might be able to have one in the morning and then one at night. I don't know. I don't use it that much, but I do use it in my coffee actually now. But you can't have coffee while you're on this diet. No fruits, no breaded meats, no egg substitutes, no margarine or butter substitutes. No potatoes, no coffee or tea, no grains, no yeasts, no pickles, salad dressings, green olives, soy sauce, none of that stuff. No partially hydrogenated anything, no peanuts, no vinegars. You just have to avoid all that stuff. You need to drink a lot of water while you're on this diet. You need to starve the fungus out by only eating meat and eating vegetables. Okay, so it's not that fun, but you can do it. So you, in the morning, you're probably going to be looking for that piece of bread or toast or something like that, or fruit juice. So you just have your scrambled eggs or your boiled eggs, your hard-boiled eggs or whatever, and just try to have one extra or two extra eggs to fill yourself up a little bit more, or cook some vegetables in with it, or make a few, steam some broccoli. I know that's a kind of a strange thing to have with breakfast, but have some broccoli or some cauliflower, because that's what you're going to be eating for the next 2 months is broccoli, cauliflower, green and yellow zucchini, celery, green lettuce, and you can have onions and garlic. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, check the list of all the things that's on there that you can eat. On the strictest list of foods that are acceptable for Candida. See, sometimes they give different lists. Someone who they call it like mild Candida, and then you can eat a few of these things. No, take the strictest list and eat only those things. You want to starve it out as strong as possible. And I know it's not that fun, but just try to make sure you have some extra like rotisserie chicken around, because that's kind of good. Some chicken. If you don't like meat, I don't know how vegetarians could go through this. But I would hope that most vegetarians don't get Candida. But you're just going to have to eat extra vegetables. I really don't know how they would do it, because you can't eat beans. You can't eat beans even though they're considered like a vegetable, but they're a legume and they have too much carbohydrates in them. But you can eat cabbages. So you can make like cabbage soup, but with no potatoes. You cannot eat potatoes. All right, so you're sticking to this diet, and you you're starving out the Candida. So now, in this second step, what you're going to do, I mean, I know that was the end of the first step, but in the second step, now that your body has started to push the Candida out of you, and it's down, but it's still there, believe me, it's still there, because it like grows out like tentacles into your system, especially people who have it for years. It gets to be systemic, and it can go out throughout their whole body. And that's why they really have to stick to this strictly. But you want to get the Candida so weak so that when you do start to take the 2 supplements that I suggest you take, they will just completely clobber and knock it out and destroy it and murder the Candida. And your body will be brought back into its natural level and the natural way it should be. Now the mistake is with one of the main and I'm going to say it now, one of the main supplements that people take for Candida, which has been found to really work well, is called 3-lac. So I'm going to put on, I'll have on somewhere around this video, it's going to be printed there, a link to the 3-lac webpage where I bought my 3-lac. 3-lac does work pretty well for most people. I think there are a few people who it doesn't seem to work for, but for most people it works well. You have to find out how it works for you. 3-lac comes in these little packages that you open up and you put them right in your mouth, and then you drink some water. It tastes actually kind of nice and a little bit sweet, believe it or not. It has, whatever it has in it, it has these different things that nurture and take care of your stomach and build up your natural, the good bacteria in your stomach that can fight against the Candida and reestablish the balance. The problem with the 3-lac websites is they tell you, oh, don't worry about it, you don't need to be on those terrible, crazy, awful diets, just take 3-lac. But what they don't tell you is that you'll take 3-lac for the rest of your life, and it's very expensive. It costs about $50 or $60 for a month's supply, something like that. So no, our idea is we want to cure you of Candida, so you get your body in such a good situation that after about, now this is going to be up to you, after about a month of doing the diet to 6 weeks or 2 months, it's up to you when you want to start taking it. But I would recommend being on this diet for at least a month like that, and then at about the month, starting at the month, it depends on your self-control. Ideally, it would be great if you could just be on this diet for 2 months and then you start taking the 3-lac. Remember, it's 3-lac. 3 like the number 3 and lac, L-A-C. And then you just take 1 package a day for the first week or so, and then you go up to about 2 packages a day for the next week, and then 3 packages a day for the 3rd week, and onward. With 3 packages a day should be enough for you, and especially since you've already knocked the Candida down. Now see, you're going to be feeling great on this diet since even way before as far as the Candida symptoms. Do not be deceived. Don't think that you're cured. The Candida is hidden inside your body. It's there. One little bit of sugar and it'll completely come back. Your symptoms will come back. Don't toy with it. Please take my words to heart. I know this from experience. Don't toy with it. Don't start eating any of the bad stuff yet. Not until the 2-month period is up. You cannot start until the 2-month period is up. So in this second step, and I'm going to continue it in the next video, we said that now you can think about taking 3-lac after the 2-month period. Some people might want to start taking it before that.